Greetings, cinephiles. Are you looking for a movie analysis podcast that stands above the rest? Then look no further than Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters.
We analyze good movies, we analyze bad movies, and yes, we also analyze the in-betweens of the world of cinema.
So if you like what you hear, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And yes, my friends, we are 420 friendly. So when you listen to us,
Smoke it if you've got it.
And now, here's a new episode of Collateral Gaming. The show starts right now.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
And I'm Bo Maddox.
And this is Collateral Gaming. Welcome to Collateral Gaming, the only video game podcast that matters, where we focus on good games, bad games, and everything else in between in the world of gaming. We're podcasting straight from Houston, Texas, and yes, my friends, we are a 420 friendly channel, so whatever you have, smoke it if you've got it. Welcome to our second episode of Bad Game April. It's actually May now, but whatever, fuck it. We'll get it out by the end of this week. And so we did an episode on Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, and now we are doing what I believe is actually the worst video game of all time. I mean, at least the worst video game that we've ever recorded an episode on, and there have been some doozies.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, I have got to say that this is quite possibly one of the craziest gaming experiences I've had in a long time. And we will get to that maybe like in the later half of this episode. Yeah, Big Rigs Over the Roads Racing. My God. What a nightmare of a game. Jesus.
Over the road racing is right. Over, under, inside of. It doesn't fucking matter, man. Big Rigs is a game that is, if you're not aware of it, this was a game that was released in 2003 on the PC. And it is essentially a game that is in a pre-alpha state, but was packaged and put on shelves and sold at Walmart. And yeah, it is been released on shelves. I think there's at least 3 different versions, and there's a re-release on Steam, which is the one that I played. By the way, I spent $300 on a shitty laptop from Best Buy just to play this game. And I spent $6 on it to buy it from Steam. I could have just gone on the internet and played this. I believe that's a possibility. This is just freely available, but I went all in on it. All right. I justified it because I tried running this on my Mac, and I don't imagine this game has any level of support, when it comes to running this on software like Crossover and whatnot through Steam. So I gave up after a few minutes when it didn't run. I was like, all right, nah, let me just find like a shitty laptop that I don't mind loading questionable content on, and I can justify it because I could just use that for ROMs and shit, whatever. So I bought a shitty $300 laptop to play this shitty game for $6 on Steam.
Wow. just for a $6 game. God damn, man. And man, I'd say that $6 is just a bit too much to pay for this. I mean, in any sense.
And it's a very questionable release. The original game was developed by Stellar Stone, published by GameMill. And we'll talk more about the development and production of this later. But it was re-released by, I think, Marguerite Entertainment as an April Fool's joke, essentially. It was announced on April Fool's Day and actually launched on Steam a few days later. If you look up, reviews about this or comments on this, a lot of people you'll find are reporting that the wizard that comes with the game. So you can launch the game from this new wizard, or you can launch it just as an executable, just the game itself. But the Wizard apparently uses a massive amount of CPU. I launched it like 1 or 2 times, and then I was like, okay, nah. And it has, all it comes with is a little box that allows you to launch the game, and you can actually edit the text in the box. And it has this like really obnoxious music that plays at full blast while you're playing the game, which I guess helps because the game really has no music to speak of.
Yeah, I mean, the music that you do get in this is very, very bottom of the barrel, generic MIDI trash music, you know?
Yeah.
Just a very basic music for a PC game from the early to mid 2000s, you know? I mean, it was just, you know, kind of slapped together. You know, not really anything of note.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even remember if there was music. I remember launching the game and just noticing the sounds of the engine running, and they get louder and louder and louder the faster you go. More on that later. But apparently, I guess at some point music kicks in. I don't know. I played maybe 30 to 40 minutes of this according to Steam, and that's really all that you need. You could play 10 minutes of this and you already know everything that this game has to offer.
Well, the version that I played, it pretty much had music going right from the title screen, and then it plays through most of the race, and then it just stops. And then all I'm hearing is just engine noises. So I guess your mileage may vary depending on what version you might be playing.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. And let's go ahead and let's talk about the gameplay, okay? So when I say pre-alpha state, what do I mean? All right, so this is a racing game. You race what the menu describes as cars, but they're actually big rigs. They're delivering loads across the country, according to the back of the box game of the game box art.
Yeah, apparently so, but yeah, no, there's no deliveries going on here. That would actually be an interesting game mechanic if you had something like that in this game, and there's something close to like a trucking simulator. But no, that's not what you're getting here at all.
Right. No, not at all. I mean, the box art on both the front and the back promises this like really high action gameplay where you're like running from the cops and shit. No, here's what you are. When you drop into big rigs, you'll notice that it's you and one other truck on a lone highway. There are like 5 different maps, 4 of which actually work in the initial release of this. One of which actually crashed the game in the original version, in the original release, and it's just you in this one truck. And there is 0 collision detection other than the ground, except you are held tightly to the ground by the strongest force of gravity I've ever seen, because it doesn't matter how fast you go, you are tethered to the ground. But everything else, buildings, the other truck, objects, bridges, you go right through.
It's incredible. I mean,
incredible.
It's like they just stopped at a particular phase of game development, and that was it. It's like that was just that. And I mean, I don't get how this could have gotten into a packaged version the way that it is. It's like
mind-boggling.
My God.
Mind-boggling that this was on shelves, because you'll notice when you go up a slope, the car does not decelerate whatsoever. It maintains the exact speed. Does not matter what's in your way. Oh, and by the way, if you drive far enough in just a certain direction, you'll escape the bounds of the map. That's it. You can just go off into the void, and I don't know what the limit is. This game has apparently an exceptional limit to its space outside of the actual in-game map. They all look the same, by the way, so don't expect a lot of diversity here.
And they're not necessarily the largest maps to begin with. So
No.
I mean, to actually go out of bounds of the game that easily, it's just such a huge misstep. I mean, we're talking about basic stuff like game boundaries and collision detection and whatnot. I mean, it literally feels like this was just what they what they slapped together in like an afternoon or two.
With today's technology, for sure, 100%, you could build something much better than this in a single afternoon. But even in 2003,
Wow.
that's what's insane to me. This was 2003, and even then, there was better material available. There were engines out here that you could work on. With maybe a month of coding, you could build a better product than this. A month of learning how to code is when I say that, like starting from scratch with zero knowledge of programming. If you learned everything you needed to know to build a game, in less than a month, you could build something much better than this, even in 2003. It is mind-boggling how this not only got created, but how this actually got released and approved. I mean, we actually had, quality control back then, but you compare this to shitty games even from the 80s and the 90s, and this is actually worse in terms of just an actual final product.
Well, what's crazy about the development is that the main guy that's actually listed as the main director of the game itself, he pretty much denies that he had anything to do with any development. He claimed that he was making a completely different game, and apparently there's assets of that particular game in Big Rigs. Like, I think it's called Midnight Racer or something like that.
Yeah, Midnight Club Racing.
So the main developer. Yeah, he completely disavows this game. He's like, this isn't even close to what we actually had envisioned.
Yeah, that was Sergey Titov is credited as the lead programmer, and his name pops up quite a few times in the in-game credits, small as it is. But he completely denies having any credit to do with this. Now, whether or not that's true, well, judging based off of other things that he's developed, I'm not inclined to believe that he had nothing to do with this. But according to... Yeah. According to Sergey, he essentially developed the game engine, and that was it. He sold it, and apparently this game was outsourced to a team in the Ukraine. But even considering all of that, it just makes no goddamn sense how anybody could have completed this. But one of the things that Sergey claims is that, and that seems to hold up and line up, is the fact that, there was this other title, Midnight Club Racing. This later did get released, I believe, a year later. It is the exact same game, but with actual cars and bikes and collision detection. I've played it. It's available. It's included with the Steam release. And whenever you actually do collide with something, the car just violently backs away from it, so it just ends up being even more frustrating. Oh
no.
According to Sergey, they were actually developing both games at once. And so what started out as one game that would have been more fleshed out ended up split into two that barely got worked on. And I guess, with the benefit of an extra year of development, Midnight Club Racing at least got collision detection. But it's like, did all they do is go to a box and change a 0 to a 1 to add collision detection? Because, you know what I mean?
Something like that. I mean, it almost feels like Big Rigs was like the prototype of what this Midnight Club Racing would actually become in some weird way.
It's not improved by much.
No, it's not much of an improvement, but I mean, when the bar is set so low that just adding collision detection and multiple vehicles that actually add a challenge, it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, and see, what's amazing about this is, despite how many times that this essentially the same product has been re-released, there's never been any significant improvement in its actual applicable status as a video game. Because here's the singular problem, right? You're a winner. You cannot lose this game. You're winner.
No.
As soon as you cross the finish line in the original release, and in some re-releases of this, it says you're winner. Other versions correct this to you win, unfortunately. And this became a whole internet meme. If you know anything about this game, you know you're winner. But it's actually true. In the original release, the other racer does not move at all. A later version of this game added the significant patch of having the racer move at a constant speed and then just stopping short of the finish line, so you still can't win.
It's like It's like, seriously, how low does the bar have to be, and how bad is your game structurally that even when you patch in the ability for another basic thing, your opponent to actually race the goddamn course that you're on, to actually move. It's like, if you can't even get that right, to where, even if you allow your opponent to lap you and everything, you're still going to win. It's like, what's the point, man? It's like, by that point, you're not making a game. You're just making a just movement. It's not even a driving simulator at that point.
No, it's not. And the best part is that whenever you cross bridges, the truck just actually dips underneath the bridge and continues to follow the slope. You can't see it because of the way that the camera is angled. But yeah, the truck is just driving right underneath the bridge. It's incredible. And there's this all the textures in this game are just so awful, even for 2003. It is the most basic shit. There appears to be water at the inside the valley, but it's just this like flickering gray textureless mesh at the bottom of the ravine. That's it.
And I'm pretty sure that water effects were quite doable at that time, so there's really no excuse for it.
Yeah,
for that.
The UI is even laughable. The in-game timer actually is outside the bounds of the box within its UI element, and there's this ultra nav meter that builds up as you go through more checkpoints that apparently does nothing and doesn't even function as anticipated. And then there's a speedometer, and the speedometer is actually interesting to me because here's the best part about big rigs. Okay, we haven't talked about this yet, but the cream of the crop, the cherry on top of this game, is that you can, when you drive forward, you drive at a constant speed, but when you drive in reverse, the truck indefinitely accelerates. It will continue accelerating infinitely until the game crashes, which apparently is at 12.3 undecillion miles per hour. That's how fast it goes, and the speedometer will tell you that.
Jesus Christ. We're getting into numbers that you need like a logarithmic scale to actually count. It's like, my God.
Yeah. The numbers the human brain cannot comprehend. So we are literally breaking space and time in this game's universe. Good God, I want somebody to take this game and do what they did with Iron Lung or Exit 8 and just make an indie movie that just fully leads into the world-breaking physics of this game. Just no collision detection, barreling through objects and literally breaking space and time, moving at speeds that are faster than the human brain can comprehend, many times faster than the speed of light. You know what? I think the game actually breaks once you reach the maximum speed, what was originally referred to in, I believe, the Star Trek original series as Warp 10, as occupying all points in the universe simultaneously.
Yeah, practically. It just goes to show you how busted this physics engine is. When you can't even flip any of these vehicles over by even going up a goddamn mountain or anything like that. It's not surprising that something even as simple as reversing would be so broken and would lead you to massive numbers of speed that is barely able to comprehend. How does that happen? It's I'm still trying to wrap my head around this, because we'll get to the version that I played, which is even more inexplicable here in a little bit. But it's you're going faster than the speed of light times infinity almost, what the fuck?
It is absolutely incredible. I'm actually impressed with the scope of this game and how well it could run. You could just keep driving in one direction seemingly infinitely. I don't know at what point the game breaks. Because there are no boundaries, but here and apparently you even exceeding exponents of the speed of light that the human mind can't comprehend. Here's what I think. I think Big Rigs Over the Road Racing was an example of ambitious game design. I mean, they were bold, collision detection, boundaries. Who needs them? An AI that can actually beat you in a race, the ability to lose. A video game does not need these, okay? Stellar Stone dared. They were bold enough to approach game design in a way that surpasses imagination.
I mean, when you think about it, it's almost the perfect video game. When you really get down to it, I mean, you can't lose, you can't crash. You can go anywhere you want. You don't even have to run the race if you want, as long as you don't cross that finish line and get the you or winner, you're good, you're gravy. It's like, yeah, it's kind of the perfect video game. It's like no challenge, nothing, nobody's ever going to defeat you there. Like, even if you allow them to get ahead of you, like, I mean, you can even blast yourself out of the realms of space-time if you want to by going in reverse. I don't know. This is one of those games where it's not so bad it's good. It's so bad it just loops around to just being hilarious. Because, I mean, it's just that funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny fucking game.
It is absolutely legendary, and made even more legendary by by Alex Navarro's review on GameSpot, or at least the video review. You gotta check this out sometime, Bo, because this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. He sits there. There's absolutely no dialogue over the video. He's just sitting at his computer with background music playing, and you can see his face change as he discovers what the scope of what this game is. And he just sits there in silence with the background music playing the game, and you're watching the game play. Eventually he gets up and he goes outside and he lays down on the ground, and then it ends with 1 out of 10, abysmal. And it was the very first game that GameSpot ever gave a 1 out of 10, their lowest score.
Wow, that's amazing. It also gave us an all-time classic Angry Video Game Nerd episode that also helped to kind of cement the cult status of this game, where I'm pretty sure that's pretty much just James Rolfe actually just reacting to the game in real time. I mean, that seems like a genuine reaction.
It really does. And I love his whole commercial. I'm definitely going to insert that in as the clip for this episode, because that whole big Rex.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where we get the Rex Viper character, which is also the name of his cock rock dad rock band. So, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey kids, strap yourself in for some action-packed racing. It's Big Rigs. 18 wheels of thunder, and we got trucks. Yeah, trucks. Big Rigs. Off-road traction. More power for non-stop driving action. Big Rigs. Over-the-road racing. Above the road, under the road. Who knows? Big Rigs. Never lose a race again. You're always winner. With Big Rigs. Engines equipped with quantum phasing molecular mechanics to pass through solid objects so as not to interrupt the racing experience. Nothing stands in your way when you're Big Rigs. Rear spinning tires with warp drive velocity for interdimensional exploring. Leave the game behind and exceed the boundaries of existence. Big motherfucking rigs. Driving around in fucking trucks. Big motherfucking rigs. Big Rigs.
But Bo, you said that you had an interesting experience playing this game, and I'd like to know what that is.
Okay, so I didn't get this game from Steam or from an actual packaged game disc or anything. I got this off of I forget what ROM site it was, but I got it off of a ROM site after searching for it for quite a bit. And I found a .rar file which has a .exe for setup and a bin file. So I get the game. I set up the install wizard. It's just the normal install wizard. Nothing too janky there. You know, I did notice that it seems to be a repack or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I installed the game and I get it going, and there's no like title screen for the developers or anything like that. It just goes straight to the main title screen.
I think that was the same for me.
It was the same. Okay. So at least that much is the same. But I go to the custom race, and none of the renders for the trucks are there, or any of the renders for the background for the courses or anything like that, like you would normally see. So I think that's weird. I go ahead and I set up the game, and it loads up, and there's no texture on anything. It's completely textureless. No textures on the vehicles, no texture on the ground, on the road, on any of the buildings. It was completely textureless and everything. And the UI, like, it did have the box and everything, but the speedometer was just a complete blank white box with just a needle and the numbering and everything.
You got an even more broken version of the game. Amazing.
Yeah, dude, all of the lighting was just like big boxes and everything, which is, I guess that's how you usually set up lighting when you're developing the game and everything. And I mean, but other than that, it still played exactly like you would see in any playthrough of the game. Like, I mean, it had the it had the super reverse. It had the you're a winner at the end of the course. It had it even managed to have the racer actually ride the course and everything. But I mean, there was no textures and everything. It felt like this is, I don't know if it was a graphical glitch. I don't know if it's something with my graphics card on this laptop or something. But I mean, it's almost like I managed to find some weird alpha build of this game that was never fully developed.
This game is already in a pre-alpha build, I believe. So
it is. It's almost like I got a pre-alpha version of the game.
Yeah, so, either that or just a lot of assets were missing from the package that you'd installed for some reason, or corrupted or something. That's actually incredible. And you know what? Yeah. That almost must have had like a liminal quality to it, just playing this like textureless plane.
Very liminal. I mean, it was actually kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, for fuck's sake, it's like it's just all grays and everything, and then the lighting boxes, and that's pretty much it.
That's amazing.
So, no, it was one of the weirdest gaming experiences I've ever had. Really surreal. You know, I was not expecting that. I've never had a game break on me like that. Like I was kind of expecting it to almost be like some kind of weird, one of those creepypasta games, like those .exe games. You know, like I was expecting some weirdness to start happening, and it would like try to act all haunted and shit. Because I do remember there was a creepypasta, I think it was station.exe, where one of the files that you can actually play from that is like an unfinished source engine map that it's completely unfinished and untextured and everything. So, like, I don't know, it just kind of felt really weird and creepy, and it felt like I was about to be teleported to the back rooms or something.
I've got it, okay? You can actually make a horror movie from this, and it would be incredible. And it wouldn't even be marketed as a horror movie. It would just certainly shift in the end once you realize what's going on. But you have protagonists placed in a simulated reality that was just half-assed like this, where nothing was done and the physics were completely bonkers. And the movie ends with the main character reversing indefinitely in order to try to escape the simulation until he just occupies all points in the simulated universe simultaneously. And we don't know what happens after that.
I don't know. Sounds like something from Serial Experiments Lane or something like that.
All right, you heard it. You heard it here first, folks. I'm writing the script for Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, the movie, and I'm gonna make it my own indie project, and I'm gonna get it released in theaters, just like Markiplier and the whoever made the Exit 8 movie.
Amazing. No, I'm down, dude. I mean, I kind of wonder where we would go with the script for that.
Like I said, I want to lean fully into the broken physics. And so the idea that popped into my head just now while recording this is that it's actually set in a simulated reality. The protagonists realize at some point, obviously early on, that everything is just weird. And I was struggling to come up with an explanation as to why the physics would be this off. There you go. Simulated reality. It's a popular topic, and I've always wanted to write a story about that. So, you know what? I'm actually half serious. I might actually write this shit. Big Rigs the movie. It would be legendary, man. It would just lean into the absurdity of it, and it would kind of be like a comedy horror in that sense, but like a very like dry black comedy way.
Wow. That's fucking incredible, man.
All right.
Like, no shit.
Hell yeah. But I don't know what else there really is to say about Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, because like I said, you can play about 10 minutes of this game and you've experienced everything Big Rigs Over the Road Racing has to offer.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of sort of like Hong Kong 97 in that sense, where,
Yeah, that was another episode that I thought we might struggle with, but we ended up having a lot to say about the development and the history of this. But even the development of this game is so obscure, there's really not a whole lot known, but I don't think it really goes a lot deeper than this was outsourced to some team in the Ukraine that didn't give a fuck and developed I don't even say a half-finished product. This is like a fraction finished product. This is something somebody whipped together in like a single afternoon.
And it's so weird because there was so many games like that in the 2000s that you could get like from Walmart on these little shareware discs, that had like, a bunch of different games on it, like 20 on one or something like that. And, you would get all kinds of weird, generic racing games, but a lot of those were way more competent. They were just, at the very least, they had real controls and real courses and real physics and real challenges and everything. It actually functioned like a real game, Well,
and see, here's the kicker, okay? Like, I think the only other game that could possibly rival this one that we've done an episode on would be Action 52, and I think it's a good comparison because both games are similarly incompetent and just failing to meet the very basic minimum of game design. As they approached the levels and even just the entire game itself, right?
Yeah.
But Action 52 has the excuse of being done by like students. I think it was like high school or college students that had no experience whatsoever, and they made 52 of them. Big Rigs is similarly incompetent in 2003.
wow.
And it's one game, technically two. They were making two at the same time, but they're the same fucking game. Just one has trucks and the other has cars and some level of collision detection.
That's just boggles the mind, man. I mean, but it leads to a really, really hilarious experience, though. I mean, like I said, this is probably one of the funniest, not only is the most surreal, but one of the funniest game experiences I've had in a long time. Because, I mean, it's so bad, it's hilarious. You just can't believe that it's this bad, so you just have to laugh at it.
You really do.
It's not even, because I mean, it doesn't even really become that boring even because it's just so fucking weird and so out there,
It's fascinating, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't last very long because you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so you can reverse infinitely. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a long play of it on YouTube. I think the longest that it was like a little over 18 minutes. Like that's probably like
I searched the same thing on YouTube. I looked for a long play. I looked for something just to put on the background for this video. And yeah, I saw the same thing. One video was over 18 minutes. that was it. That's the longest anybody's ever attempted to play this. And as I had it in the background, and it's already lapsed, and my TV is turned off by this point. I noticed at one point they just ended up reversing and breaking the bounds of the game, I guess. I was recording the episode, so I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's really all there is to say about this. Bo, did you have anything else to add about Big Rigs Over the Road Racing?
Other than the weirdness of the version that I had, it's like I kind of wish that I could almost share the .rar version of it on in the show notes and everything, because people have to see how weird that is. It's like it's obviously missing some kind of assets, but I mean, yeah, it's like this is just a very unique gaming experience one way or the other, no matter what version you play. I mean, it's one of those things that you have to experience, kind of like Hong Kong 97 or LSD Dream Simulator or even Bubsy 3D or something like that, you know? Just one of those really well-known shitty games that, or even like plumbers don't wear ties, you know? It gets a cult following just because of how weird it is, or like a Desert Bus in the Penn and Teller game, you know? So yeah, I think that it's worth it to at least find this game somewhere and play it once.
Yeah, you
know, it's worth it. But I mean, don't expect much out of it.
Yeah, I'll take that as your final thoughts. As for mine, Big Rigs is a fun experience. I mean, it is absurd just how fun it is, but you could mostly derive the same enjoyment watching videos of this. So I'm not even recommending that you play this. You can get the full experience watching an 18-minute long play. I promise you. But if you want, it's floating around on the internet. It's on Steam for $6 if you want to pay $6. Some people have concerns about that. Some people claim that you're kind of a sucker if you ended up doing that. I did it because I just wanted to experience everything that there was to experience in the latest version of this. And, as a result, I got to play the Midnight Club Racing Supercharged game as well and experience that. So it was definitely an experience. It was certainly a video game. Actually, it wasn't. It was not a video game.
There's no video game here. No, not especially not what I played. Not what I played at all. That was a game that needed more time in the oven in so many ways.
That sounds like experiencing a video game the way that Ian McKellen experienced filmmaking in The Hobbit. Like this,
right? Jesus.
But yeah, that is Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. We knocked it off the bucket list. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this is the worst one we've done yet. And but I mean, to its credit, it's unfinished. That's the reason. But like, there was just like zero effort put into this, and it's been re-released multiple times with no significant progress. It is literally the ninth wonder of the world.
It is. It's something to behold in so many ways.
Yeah.
And of course, check out the classic GameSpot and AVGN episodes on it. You won't regret them. It's like those are classics.
Classics, yeah, for sure. But Bo, what is going on with Collateral Cinema?
Well, as of today, this recording date, we just released our season 9 finale, and we were joined by Kaylee from Once Over with Kaylee on YouTube to discuss Solo, or the 120 Days of Sodom, which was quite a thing to talk about in this particular day and age, given some of the circumstances surrounding certain politicians and whatnot. So yeah, that was very interesting to talk about. We also have our 420 special featuring Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, out with Cat Bus Russ from I Dig Crazy Flicks and the 90 for Chill podcast. And we will be doing some post-season content coming very soon. We should have another post 420 special where we talk about some more Mystery Science Theater 3000, namely Manos, the Hands of Fate, and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And we're also going to be doing an indie movie review as well. We're going to be doing 3 movies on that. And we also have some more at the movies episodes coming up. We have our Project Hail Mary episode. That'll be coming very soon. We also just published a patron-only content featuring our commentary of Fateful Findings by Neil Breen. So look for that on Patreon and Podbean Patron. And we will be coming back with season 10 in October with our season premiere, Cannibal Holocaust. So look for that a few months down the line, and look for all of our postseason content. We also have more Adult Swim editions coming and all sorts of director's cut content as well. So look for that.
Yeah. And at the movies reviews, I mean, I pretty much have at least one movie per month that I feel like we definitely should do. I mean, obviously, Project Hail Mary, Super Mario Galaxy movie, and then which is going to be a collab with Collateral Gaming, but also Mortal Kombat this month, which is another collab with Collateral Gaming, and the Backrooms later. And then, I feel like we should cover those. We've also got the Doomsday event coming later on, and lots of new releases this year. Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I'm really excited about, coming in June or July. So wow, it is going to be a packed year for movies. It feels like this is like the equivalent to last year for gaming, and just being packed with a bunch of new releases. But we'll see how good those all are, and I'm excited to talk about them. And that'll be bleeding into the next season of Collateral Cinema. I believe we're opening up with Cannibal Holocaust, right?
Yes, Cannibal Holocaust for Spooky Month. And the second episode of Spooky Month will be Ari Aster's Hereditary.
Nice.
And the Halloween episodes will be Halloween 2 and Halloween 3.
Fuck yeah.
Respectively.
Yeah, and as for Collateral Gaming, we should have out a post 420 edition of the bonus round, and I think we're just gonna do like another weed smoking games recommendations list or something, like a part 2 to that, and just talk about some games that are good to play while high, because I'm really struggling to come up with anything else that doesn't require prep work, we could talk about a lot of games, so look forward to that. And also more game launch reviews for sure. I know 007 First Light is coming out. I definitely want to cover that. And again, there's lots of releases coming to the end of the year that I'm excited for. So that'll be fun. But here this month, now that we've finally finished our Bad Game April content, we'll be jumping into Ark. Survival Evolved / Ascended. I've put it off a few times, but I'm going to go ahead and get with Megan and get that done, and 1 or 2 part episode on that. And then in June, I want to do our season finale on Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So look forward to that. Of course, collabs with Collateral Cinema, Super Mario Galaxy movie, the Mortal Kombat movie. And with that, I think, here in May, I might want to do some Mortal Kombat content, maybe on a bonus run episode or something. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to coming from us. Also, Collateral Let's Play. Right now, I just got out a new Shooter Saturday episode done today as of recording this. And that was a continuation of Metroid Prime Remastered, which we started in Metroid Monday and will continue through doing for the next few Metroid Mondays. And that's been fun. I loved playing Metroid Prime on the GameCube, and it's been really good just jumping back into that game. So we'll do a full playthrough, 100% completion of that, just like we did with Zero Mission, and then move through the Metroid timeline. After that would be Prime 2. On Shooter Saturday, I've been also putting off an episode on Heretic plus Hexen, but we will finally do that. I'm coming down for Mother's Day weekend, and I'll be with Bo, so we'll get that done. And also Phoenix Wright Wednesday. Go ahead and knock out a couple episodes of Turnabout Samurai and release those promptly, so we can move on to Turnabout Goodbye. And I'll have other Let's Play content coming out here and there. Definitely something like Mortal Kombat related when the movie comes out. So look forward to that on the Collateral Cinema and Collateral Gaming YouTube channels.
Yes. And I just want to say that recently I did download some ROMs for some more boomer shooters.
Hell yeah.
That we can do for Collateral Let's Play. Namely stuff like Power Slave and PO'd and stuff like that on the PlayStation. So yeah, we'll definitely be getting into some of those here very, very soon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And if you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon where you can get access to exclusive Let's Plays that you won't find elsewhere. And very soon, I'd like to add to that and get some new Let's Plays out. And of course, as mentioned, exclusive movie commentaries. We do also have a merch store on Dashery, and you'll find links to that in the show notes. Also, a Buy Me a Coffee. And finally, we are partnered with Dubby Energy. So use the promo code CGamingPod or CCinemaPod to get a 10% off your first order. And other than that, you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, help us rise up the ranks on Good Pods, or feedback on your platform of choice. Visit us on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And I think that's just about it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, with all that being said, I've been Ashley Chancellor.
And I have been Rex fucking Viper.
This was Collateral Gaming, and your winner.
You were winner.
Collateral Gaming is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and game clips are owned by their respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.